midweek action kicking off on a Tuesday. We had a preview of this game, Lisa. I think we both went a certain kind of way, but I also was like, I don't know, these midweek games have a certain kind of energy, and sometimes they could shake out to draws, and I should have gone with my gut, shouldn't I?
You definitely should have. We both picked OL Reign to win this match against Racing Louisville in Racing Louisville. They played at Lynn Family Stadium on Tuesday, so it was an incredibly quick turnaround on that end of things. And then both Racing Louisville and OL Reign are in action again this weekend, so it's another really quick turnaround. However, we didn't see that many player personnel rotation in this Tuesday match. It was a lot of the consistent players getting a lot of time. When you think on the OL Reign side of thing, Quinn playing 76 minutes, Megan Rapinoe playing 76 minutes, just a lot of players. Rose Lavelle, she ended up playing like 90 minutes in this match towards the end of it. So not a lot of rotation on either side of things, but man, this game was off to an incredibly fast start. All season, OL Reign has been getting opportunities, creating shots. They've been leading the league in shots and chances created, but not necessarily scoring goals. The opening 30 seconds of this match, it was a beautiful cross from Megan Rapinoe, a shot on goal. And I think if you just look at the first 30 seconds of this OL Reign Racing Louisville game, it's indicative of the entire game. OL Reign on the attack, putting a lot of pressure on. Racing Louisville playing great defense. Katie Lund making 2 huge saves in the opening 2 minutes of this game. But OL Reign does get on the board after 2 corner kicks in the opening 2 minutes. They find the back of the net, and that kind of set the tone of the chaos for the midweek NWSL action. But before the halftime, Racing Louisville able to equalize it. Kristen Davis getting one right before the stoppage time. And then it was just a lot of back and forth in the second half. We saw OL Reign moving quickly. They did a really great job of switching the point of attack whenever they got the ball to push down the flanks and get into the attacking positions. Great shots, opportunities. Katie Lund having 12 saves throughout this game. She makes it into the NWSL record book, ties for the most saves in one game. But there's also a lot of shots that went just wide. I'm sure that Laura Harvey's not too pleased about that. They could have won this one, OL Reign. And frankly, even Racing Louisville, they had a number of great opportunities. Of course, Fallon Tullis-Joyce, goalkeeper for OL Reign, always makes huge saves. But this was a really fun, good Tuesday night match that we got to witness.
There was a little bit of that return. I think that return of that narrative around OL Reign a little bit, though, right? Tons of shots and not being able to have one of those multi-scoreline type of games. And obviously, I think you have something like the midweek match of it all and the quick turnaround of it all that sort of comes into play on this. But Lisa, in your recap of all that right now, you forgot one big component in this game. There was blood in this game. There was stitches in this game.
There was blood. There was stitches. Gemma Bonner, center back for Racing Louisville, got beat up throughout this game. She, at one point, the training staff had to wrap her whole head up. It looked like she was wearing a hat at the end of it, and she continued to play. It was a huge battle. Lots of cards back and forth, 4-2 aside throughout this game. Emily Fox getting a card, Tobin Heath getting a card. It was a freaking battle, this game. There was nails out, ready to fight, ready to claw. And man, Gemma Bonner, I hope she's doing all right. That was, it went up for the header. It was Bonner and Alana Cook, I believe, at one point battling against each other. And as Bonner's getting looked at, the center official makes Alana Cook go to the sideline, get checked out. They do a little bit of a concussion test, and she was like, I'm fine. And frankly, Gemma Bonner seemed fine mentally throughout that game. It was just on the surface shedding a little bit of blood, a little bit of stitches there for Bonner.
Yeah, and honestly, like the sharing of the points, I think for these two teams, you've got OL Reign that bumps them up for now, before this weekend slate of games into fourth place, and you've got Louisville who's still in the bottom half of the standings, and we've talked about this a lot, Lisa, how like this is going to be moving forward in this second half of the season. If you're one of these kind of bottom half teams, that you've got to like not just scrape up every single point that you can, but you've really got to figure out a way to kind of to get all three of those points. So I think, you know, the big performance from Lund is something that this team is going to try to, you know, look as a motivating factor heading into next week. They're going to probably look at the fact that they came from behind, you know, had a conceded that really early goal, able to sustain all that, you know, pressure from the Reign. So I think in terms of a midweek match, you're happy with that. But I think if you're on the Louisville side of thing, you really want to start getting these points if you can. And they're going to get another chance, and OL Reign's going to get another chance this weekend, because we've got a full slate of NWSL action that's going to be happening this weekend, starting Friday all the way through Sunday. The rundown of matches, you could catch Racing Louisville versus Washington Spirit Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. That is going to be a CBS Sports Network match. Portland Thorns FC versus North Carolina Courage are going to be closing out Friday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. San Diego Wave versus Kansas City Current going to be kicking things off on Sunday, because there is a quadruple header taking place on Sunday. So it's Friday and Sunday, y'all. 5 p.m. Eastern for San Diego and Kansas City. Chicago Red Stars will be hosting New Jersey, New York, Gotham FC. Also Sunday, kicking off at 6 p.m. Dual kickoff times. OL Reign versus Houston Dash, also at 6 p.m. Eastern. And Orlando Pride versus Angel City FC, closing things out at 7 p.m. Eastern.